Hey, yo, and welcome to Season 3 of Wings and Things.
Ooh, feels good to be back. Here we go.
Yeah, man. Season 3, we're embarking on new adventures.
Feels like I just blinked, and the Super Bowl was like yesterday. Now here we are, starting Season 3.
I know.
It was only like 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
It was a few weeks ago. We're not sure. It depends on when this podcast comes out. How long ago the Super Bowl was. But yeah, it's March. We're getting ready for March Madness, so that's a thing.
Wing Wildness.
No, we did. That was Season 2.
Oh, okay.
We did that.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise, everybody, my name is Eric. I'm one of your hosts, and we're accompanied today by producer Rob.
What's up, homies? Good to see you.
Associate to the producer David.
Hey, you got it right this time.
Yes.
What's good?
Messed that up during rehearsal. West Virginia Chris is in the building.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
So is Wizard of Wires Corey.
Hello, everyone.
We are embarking on a new adventure. This is Season 3. This is the season of mystery wings. West Virginia Chris is bringing us wings, and we have no idea where they're from.
I know. Usually you ask me what we're doing, and I have no idea how to answer, and I usually fumble through it. This time, I legitimately don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
This is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Rob, I have a question for you with your tolerance to heat.
Okay.
Is this more nerve-wracking not knowing which one's going to be spicy, or knowing which one is and being nervous about trying that one?
Well, we haven't dug into the nitty-gritty details, but seeing as we're going into all of this blind, we have decided to, again, keep it on the medium scale, just so everybody kind of gets a fair shake.
That's fair. Absolutely.
But different people have different ideas what medium means, so
Right.
I think it's going to be a crapshoot. I have my trusty handkerchief in my pocket. I'm ready to sweat. I'm ready to try some great wings.
Yes.
Awesome.
So we're going to go back to an oldie but a goodie from Season 1. We're going to pull out the old WRS. Took a few minutes to fire it up. I'm not going to lie. Like it was slow moving, but we got it.
Crank it.
Blew some dust off of it.
Yeah, it's ready to go though. So we got the WRS. That is our wing rating system for those of you that are just joining us on Season 3. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but Chris has mystery wings for us. Do you want to give us like a little tiny preview without giving away where they're from? Or can you?
I think I can.
Okay.
This establishment has 2 locations.
All right. Narrowed it down.
So
Yeah.
I finally,
Goliath
I got
in the
to
industry.
talk to the owner today, which was really, really cool. And come to find out, they have purchased this place from a place that had already existed, which is really neat. And they had some setbacks, obviously. So they were established in 2020, and is when they purchased the building or the company, and they decided that, hey, we're gonna launch on. I think she told me March 9th.
Oh, that's just bad luck.
Oh, gosh.
So they launched on March 9th of 2020.
Oh, my goodness.
And of course,
A
America,
week-
you
a
know what
week
happens
later.
Yeah. So it was really cool how they rallied around each other, and instead of being open door restaurant, they decided, hey, all bartenders, all waiters, we're going to actually deliver. So it was really neat how they, I guess, overcame the pandemic. And here we are in 2024, and they're still going strong and now have 2 locations.
Right on.
That's all I'm going to disclose right this minute.
Yeah. No, that's
but
good.
I really enjoyed talking to one of the owners, and I'll tell you more about them later in the episode.
So
can't wait.
So for the people that are listening, we're going to take a break in just a moment, and West Virginia Chris is going to tell you where the wings are from, but we're still not going to know in the room. So do you remember that old game show Password? Where they'd always be like, the password is baseball. Like, we're going to do that. So like people listening on the podcast will know where these wings are from, but we won't have any idea until West Virginia Chris
can you use
reveals
that
them at
voice
the
for
end.
us?
I'm sorry?
Can you use that voice for us?
I don't know if I can duplicate that.
Today's wings are from.
It'll just be
Wings are
country.
from- No, I ain't got
No, we can't.
Like, that's ASMR.
I'm trademarking
That's
that.
an ASMR voice.
Yeah.
The plane train is now arriving.
at D gates.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Wings and Things. Today's wings were brought to you by Wicked Wings.
You know, they can't say D for Delta. They can't use the, like,
Oh, that's silly.
phonetic because
That's
it would confuse
ridiculous.
people because
yeah.
they're like, oh, I'm getting on the Delta plane. And it's like, no, that's
Well, you know,
D gates are not the Delta
That's fair
gates.
at Hartsfield Jackson because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people there that are confused about a lot of things.
Well, yes, that's true.
That's
all right.
not just the airport.
Do you guys want to have some wings?
I do, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm
Let's do it.
hungry.
All right. So let's get these wings divvied up. While we're doing that, I will explain the WRS, the wing rating system, for those of you that are just joining us who were not with us in Season 1. If you missed Season 1 and the initial edition of the WRS, go back and listen to it. It'll be good. So number 1, the first category is sight. So the first thing we're going to do is just look at the wings, see how they look, and then we're going to give them a rating from 1 to 10. So 1 being, no, I don't like that. That doesn't look good. 10 being like, yes, that looks like a perfect wing. And of course, everything is subjective. And so, you know, it's what you want it to be. The second category is smell. We're going to smell the wings. These first 2 categories, we're not eating the wings at all. Oh my gosh, these look amazing. Sorry. I think the sight category is going to be good for me. Sight, smell. We're going to smell the wings. Oh, I smell them already. Man, this is hard to do. Smell, rank them 1 to 10. Next category is sauce. So if you can, just try to get a little bit of the sauce without eating the actual wing, and we'll kind of rate the sauce. The next category, number 4, is spice. This is when we'll take a bite of the wing and then we'll taste the wing. This is what we're looking for, like flavor-wise. If we got medium wings, we're wanting that medium heat. If it's a lemon pepper wing, we're wanting the lemon pepper seasoning. If it's a barbecue wing, we want the barbecue flavor. So spice is the flavor category. Number 5 is skin. So if you like it a little crispier and it's not so crispy, you're going to rate it based on your perfect wing. And the last category is seconds. So that category is all about, do you want more and how much more? If you want like these wings, if you want to eat these wings and only these wings for the rest of your life, that's a 10 on seconds. If you just maybe want a few, 2 or 3, maybe
Want
you'll
to bathe in them.
right. Maybe we'll rank it a little bit lower. So we're all going to get totals. We're all going to rank them 1 to 10 in each category, and then we'll get the average of all of the scores at the end, and that will be this wing's score, and they will be ranked on our Wings and Things WRS 2.0 leaderboard. Make sense?
Yep. And then Chris will tell us where they're from.
And Chris will tell us where they're from after that. So, all right. We ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
First category is sight. How do they look to y'all?
They are big wings.
That is true.
They are big wings. They're meaty.
They've
very
got that nuclear orange glow that
Yep.
you want a good medium chicken wing to have.
Completely agree.
They do not look very crispy.
They don't look very crisp, but as always with our wings, they're always have been sitting for a few minutes.
True.
And so they're not as crispy, probably, as one would like them to be.
I'm aiming for the ends of this drumstick, though. The parts that stay dry and crispy, that's really going to tell the truth. Like
Yeah.
these darker parts at the top. I'm looking forward to that.
Corey, what do you think?
They look very wet,
Yeah.
which we love a wet wing.
Well,
Oh,
I love a
stole
wet
it.
wing.
You love I
love a wet
Also
wing.
love a wet
I have to say it.
Corey.
I know he's
I had
infringing.
I had to.
He's infringing on my trademark.
I had
Talk
to.
to our attorney.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a company fine.
It might be. Yeah. I think he owes me wings now.
I do. I think I owe you wings from last time too.
West Virginia Chris, what do you think as far as sight goes?
They are big. Like I like big wings, and honestly, when I was talking to the owner, she did mention that they switched once they purchased the previous establishment. They switched wing suppliers, and I don't know what the wings looked like prior to that, but this is a big
good wing.
Yeah, these are.
and these ain't Tweety Bird wings.
No, I'm excited about this. Producer Rob, 1 to 10 on site. What do you think?
Giving them a 7.
Very good. Associate to the producer, David.
I'm gonna go down to a 6 just because I want that crispy shell on the outside.
Sure. I'm gonna go with an 8. These are looking great. These are exactly what I'm wanting. West Virginia, Chris.
I'm definitely going 8 as well. I mean, I understand that they've been sitting for a minute, and we are going to lose some of that crispness, but I think that this is a good size wing. It's got some wetness to it. That's what I want.
Yep. And Wizard of Wires, Corey.
I am excited about these. I'm going to go, I'm looking at it. I'm going to go 8 as well.
All right. So that gives these wings an average of 7.4 on the site.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's pretty solid. Next category is smell. I can smell them without having to.
The smell is
As soon as you
fantastic.
open the box,
Yeah,
I was like, wow.
I don't even have to put the plate up to my nose.
And
I
it's
can smell
not
it.
just grease.
No.
Like,
Right.
You know, sometimes you open a box of chicken wings, they can look great, but it just smells like grease. This, you get that cayenne,
cayenne.
pepper. Like the back of my throat's starting to tickle a little bit.
Yep.
It's nice.
You're not sweating yet, though.
Oh, I am. The hat's holding a lot of it back.
Do you have one of those things in your hat, like the sweat? Like, Towel
not at the
things?
moment. I have had those before.
Yeah?
And it's gross when you're done with the day and you can like wring it
Rip it
out.
off, yeah.
We need to get some like official.
we need to like,
Rob
brand
towels
those.
or headbands.
yeah.
I had a bunch for the
that's
golf
a
trip.
great-
I'll have to get some more this
That's
year.
a great idea.
I'll
When we
talk
go
to our merch department on that.
When we go to the Buffalo Wing Festival,
Sweatpants.
we should get Rob bandanas.
Producer Rob
bandanas to hold your sweat in.
I love it.
Perfect.
That's a great idea. Money making. Okay, I like it. Let's start on the smell. Let's start with producer Corey.
I am going 9 on the smell.
Whoa.
They, like, you put it up, you smell, I can smell the distinct medium sauce, like the sauce that they were going for, in a very good way.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. West Virginia, Chris.
So I really, it's weird. I stuck it really close to my nose, and I can actually smell. I know that David was mentioning the crispness, but I can smell a certain percentage of grease in there as well. That I know that they were fried really good.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
But when I opened the box too, I smelled nothing but a buffalo wing flavor, and to me, I mean that's. I know that I don't want to reveal too much of the episode, but at the same time, that's what I want. I want a buffalo wing flavor. And so that smell alone, I think I'm going probably pretty high as well. I say probably 9.
Wow. Yeah, everything that Corey and West Virginia Chris have said, I agree with, except I'm going to go 8 instead of 9. David.
I'm going 8 as well. I got that good cayenne smell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it hits you as soon as you open the box.
Producer Rob.
I agree with everything you guys said, but I'm going to say 7. Not a bad score. 7's still way above average. But
Yep.
Yeah. It's delicious, but nothing on a higher level for me.
Yeah. That gives these wings an 8.2 on smell.
That's
Really good.
charts,
It's
man.
really good. All right, next category is sauce. If you can get some sauce without the chicken, let's see what we think of the sauce.
You're in trouble, Rob.
Uh-oh. Rob, what you thinking?
Yeah.
You're in trouble.
Very
He's in
tangy.
trouble.
Tangy?
It's good. It's got some good flavor. My tongue's tingly.
Yeah?
The top of my head is a little damp. Yeah, it's a little spicy, but it's
Little
delicious.
spice. Are these are supposed to be medium wings?
Medium.
Okay. So,
No, I mean it's not awful, but it's got a good flavor to it. It tastes exactly like I figured it would though when I saw it. Like
Yep.
this is going to be a good wing.
And I think I knew exactly when I pulled this out and saw how kind of orange it was. I was like, oh yeah, there's some pepper behind that. So
that
I think
atomic orange
I think
color.
it's a tad bit on the more hotter side than a medium traditionally that we've had.
It's going to be good though.
So I think with that, I'm like I initially tasted the sauce and I agree with Rob. Like it hit the back of my throat pretty quick, and I was like, ooh, okay. So I think on that one, I'm saying 7, only
right.
because like it's a good flavor. Don't get me wrong, but that medium is a tough medium.
Yeah. Corey, what do you think on as far as sauce goes?
So, I had a harder time for some reason, getting enough sauce. Let me see if I can. I'm going to go 7. At least from the initial taste without tasting the chicken with it.
Yeah.
I agree with all of what y'all are saying. But
Producer
I can't. I'm getting a little bit. I'm not getting any of the kick yet.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of like, especially with the cayenne, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Is in the sauce itself beyond the chicken. I'm still looking for the kick in the sauce, and I'm not getting as much cayenne on my end yet.
Well,
You'll get there.
hopefully we'll
his
get it.
taste buds are just dead.
They might be. Producer Rob has pulled out his rag.
I have. I've had to start dabbing my face.
What's your thoughts on the sauce here?
I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go with a 6.5. Like it's a good sauce. It's just a touch hotter than I would normally prefer, but I'm looking forward to the second bite when I can dip it in some ranch. I think that's really going to set it off.
Yeah, David.
I'm gonna go 8.
Ooh.
I like the tingle
Yeah.
on the tongue. I like a little bit of spicier medium wings, so this kind of hits the spot for me. Good cayenne flavor too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5. I think it's. I agree with the 7s. I agree with the 8. So I'm just gonna meet right in the middle. That gives these wings a 7.2 on the sauce. All right, so now we can take a bite of the wing itself, and we're looking. Oh, Rob dropped his rag.
Oh, he's already taken his sweatshirt off too.
Yeah, he's-
he's
I had to get
prepared.
ready, man.
Yeah.
This is preparedness.
So now we're looking for spice. So this is the flavor category. So this is, are we getting medium? How's it taste with the chicken? All that kind of that fun stuff. So I'm gonna try to fill some time while the other boys are chewing. I thought, Chris, when you were talking about this establishment, I thought for a minute that it was Moon's, but I think Moon's only has one place, and so I was a little like, okay, maybe it's not Moon's.
You know, I thought about that too. I would like for you guys to try to maybe, I don't know how you feel about this, but maybe just one guess per person and see if you're anywhere near close.
We can try it. Yeah.
before I reveal where they're from.
So that wasn't half as spicy as I anticipated it was going to be.
Okay.
Just the sauce itself, yes, has a lot of heat behind it, but that was a good bite of chicken, and the flavor was there. The heat didn't hit me the way I was worried it was going to. So, for a spice, it's funny. Like the sauce itself was deceiving, but on the chicken, right on par with what I would expect. David, what do you think?
I still like the spice. I think it's good flavor.
Yeah.
I think mine may have a little more sauce on mine because I've got some kick going on. Mm-hmm. Good kick though. I like the kick.
You like it. Maybe my taste buds are just numb at this point.
They might be.
I don't know. I think I agree with you, Rob. I don't think that it had nearly the kick per bite, like the bite, than just the sauce alone. But adding the chicken to it, I think, man, that was good. That was a good
I did as you passed me the box. I did get a little extra dip.
I did see
in
that.
the sauce.
I
So
did see that.
I made sure I coated mine a little more. So maybe that's,
You got a wet wing?
Oh yeah.
Good for you. I think the combination of the sauce and the chicken really kind of helps bring that
For sure.
spice level down a little bit. It's delicious though, man. It's when you want a medium wing, this is how I felt last season with Buffalo Wild Wings medium. Like it won the tournament, but it's like that's what I want.
Yeah,
like that's
everything
the
you want. The
Yeah.
traditional wing.
Yeah, Corey, what are your thoughts?
Man, I agree with all what y'all are saying. I actually, in the chicken, I finally got the kick and the spice when I put it all together, and it was fantastic. They did a really good job of balancing everything, the sauce blend, and then cooking the chicken really well, and then cooking it in it. I don't know. It was perfect to me.
Yeah, I agree. The balance is really, really good. Producer Rob, what you got for a score for
I'm going to
spice?
give it a 9.
Whoa.
Wow.
Right in line.
Wow.
With exactly what I would think for a medium wing once I bit into it.
Yeah. David?
I'm seconding that with a 9.
Man.
Very good.
I'm gonna go. It was good. Like I'm not disappointed with it at all. I'm gonna go an 8 though. It's not quite 9 level for me, but still very, very good. West Virginia, Chris.
I think, if we're it's strictly on taste, like, that's exactly where I want a medium wing to be.
Yep.
It wasn't overpowering. It wasn't weak. I knew that there was some spice behind it. I'm going 9 as well.
Yeah, I think the heat level is perfect.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah, it's great. Corey, you're up.
I'll go 8 as well. I think it was an excellent wing, and all what y'all are saying is right on point.
We got some good scores on these wings, y'all. The spice category, these wings get an 8.6.
Maybe we're just all hungry.
We might just be hungry. Yeah, this is. I mean, it's good.
That will
Like,
always be a factor in this.
All right, the next category is skin, and with a caveat, these wings have been sitting for a few minutes, so they're probably not as crispy as they would be in the store. But, you know, everything's not going to be as crispy as it would be in the store. So, Rob, what you got?
I'm gonna go 6.5 because I was right. Those really crunchy bits at the edge of the drumstick were just exactly what I was looking for. They still had some really good texture and firmness, and even the skin that you could tell had been sitting there and had gotten a little soggy. It broke apart real easily once we started into it. So I'd like to have these wings fresh, but yeah, I'll go 6.5.
Totally would like to have them fresh. Corey, what about you? What about you? Those words did not come out the way that I wanted them to.
Speaking,
It's been an off season, y'all. I'm just saying. It's,
The sauce got to you.
we're getting back into
sauce
it.
got to
Gotta
you.
talk more. Corey,
I agree with Rob. I'll go 6.5 on the skin. I would have liked it a little bit more crispy, a little fresh, but I agree. Like, we'll just have to try it in store, in the actual restaurant itself, fresh.
West Virginia Chris.
What did you say? 6.5? I'm gonna go a tad bit higher. I'm gonna go 7. And the reasoning behind that is exactly what you were saying before. Like on that drum, I got a lot of crisp. On the flat, I mean, obviously, but the skin is going to get soggier in a container, a lot easier. But my drum, gosh, yeah, I mean, I still had a lot of crisp on it, so I'm going to go 7 on that.
David.
I'm going to be a little more mean.
Nice.
I want to go 4, but I'm going to give them a little leeway.
A little extra.
With it sitting in the box. So I'm going to go 5.
All right.
I want a crispy skin on it, but I know that they've been sitting for a while, so I'm going to be a little nice.
There you go.
And mean at the same time.
I'm gonna go with a 6. I think I prefer a little crispier wing. Again, I know they've been sitting.
Yeah.
I know that they're not fresh, which is fine with me. Like, it's still a chicken wing. I'm still
great
gonna
wing.
eat it. Like whether it's crispy or not, like it's fine. But I can tell that they were crispy at one point, and so I think that's gonna be good. All right, these wings for the skin have a score of 6.2, so dropped a little bit, but that's all right. Next category is seconds. So how much more do you want these wings? How much do you want of these wings the next time if West Virginia Chris said, hey, we're going to go to blank and get some wings? How excited are you going to be?
I'm going 8.
8.
I mean, as I very nonchalantly reached over and helped myself to some seconds.
You got some more.
Were talking.
You got some more. Look at you.
Yeah, 8, absolutely.
Corey.
Yeah, I agree with Rob. I would go 8 to grab more of these if we go to this place.
Nice. David.
Yeah, I think 8's a good number.
West Virginia Chris.
8's great. 8's a great number. I kind of want more now. So yeah, 8's a great number.
Well, Rob got more, so
2 more
should
left.
get him. Just for consistency's sake, I'm just going to say 8 too, because these are great. And
Peer pressure.
What's that average out to?
that averages out to an 8. These wings have an average score of 8 in the seconds category. So these wings with a score of 45.6 average. I don't think anything. Did anything in season 1 get
I don't think so.
45?
Well, Moon's one.
Moon's one, but I think it was like
not with the
41 or
45.
42 or something like that. So
that's better.
yeah. So with a score of 45.6, these wings are from
Wicked Wings.
That's what I was going to
Wings.
say.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot.
That was going to be my guess.
I forgot to do the whole. Y'all try to
Oh,
guess.
that
we
was going
tried
to be
to
my guess, for real.
Yeah.
I wanted to say it.
Sorry, David.
Man, I'm bummed out now.
Really, really good wings.
So
Are they from Wade Green?
Yes.
Perfect.
So they're
That's-
literally probably Corey. They're less than 10 minutes away.
Yeah,
from you.
They're about
you're talking the
4
Wicked.
minutes.
You're talking the Wicked in the public shopping
Correct,
center.
yes.
They're-
So where
yeah,
are they?
they're maybe
Wade Green
5 or
Publix,
6
right
minutes
next
from
to
here.
it. Used to be Guston's.
Also, for those in the know, surprisingly, Wicked Wings makes an incredible margarita.
Oh, they did have that on their sign today as well. Yeah, you're right. I did not try a margarita.
We have to go there and do those two things together.
there you go.
Should. We should.
So, because this is episode 1, that puts Wicked Wings at the top of our leaderboard. They're in first place.
Oh,
Episode
Honestly,
1, first place.
There you go.
That score is going to be hard to beat.
That score's going to be tough.
Knowing our history,
that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
So, Eric, would you like to hear the a little bit of the background
the
behind them?
lore.
I would, because I've still got a full wing on my plate because y'all kept talking and I had to keep putting in numbers.
Let me talk while
so,
you eat. How
yeah,
about
let me
that?
finish this wing while you tell us.
Yeah, so I actually picked these wings up today, and I spoke to a general manager named Amanda at the Kennesaw location. And
Hi, Amanda.
shout out to Amanda.
Shout out to Amanda.
But the wings, so anyway, I was talking to her, and the wings weren't ready yet, so I got a little bit more time with her than I anticipated. And she actually ended up giving me the owner's information. So I reached out to the owner, ironically, on the way here, and she called me back right before we started recording. And the owner's names are Matt and Crystal Bailey. They have 2 locations. The one that has done really good, and I'm going to probably butcher this, and I hope I don't, but they used to be a company called Michi's, and they were bought after that, and then they were bought again by Matt and Crystal. And then the inception of Wicked Wings started. Actually, it was before, it was called Wicked Wings, and Matt and Crystal bought Wicked Wings. Ironically, Crystal was a bartender at the Sixes Road location, and then they opened the second location, which is Wade Green. And really nice. I mean, she was answered any question that I want. The research that I did on my own, Wicked Wings has been in business since 2004, I believe. On their website, it says established 2004. Obviously, they've been serving that Bridge Milk community for a really long time. One of the things that stuck out to me, and I think that all of us can respect this, is they're huge sponsors of local schools in that area.
Oh, yeah.
Elementary schools, Cherokee High School, all the schools that are in that area. And that was pretty cool, that seeing that on their website, that, hey, we sponsor these people, we support them. And so when I look at establishments to spend my money out, I think it's important that, hey, if you're investing in your community, I want to spend my money with you too. So shout out to Matt and Crystal for that. So anyway, talking to Amanda, and like I said, she's been there for, I think she told me approximately about a year. I can tell you this, the entire bar area was completely full when I was there. And we're talking about a Sunday at 6 o'clock. So,
Not during football season.
Yeah, not
even
during
during
football
football
season.
There's nothing going
there's
on.
No
nothing
baseball.
on TV, like nothing worth watching at a sports bar or sports establishment. So that had that said a lot too. So great wing, great. I mean, the conversation I had with Crystal was really good. I'm looking forward to maybe connecting with them a little bit more in the future.
Yeah.
She actually told me, and I failed to mention this before we started, but they were supposed to be a huge role in the upcoming Wing and Rock Festival in Canton, and they unfortunately had to back out because they're raising teenagers who are graduating this year and have senior stuff going on. So
Makes sense.
So they had to back out, but at the same time, that will not stop me one bit from going in their restaurant and getting chicken wings.
Well, if they're looking for a podcast to sponsor, I think I know one.
Yeah, we know a good podcast.
I wonder who that could be.
All right. So, we ready to get to our top 5 flavors?
Absolutely.
So this is where this came from. During our hiatus, I joined another podcast. I know. I'm not cheating on you guys. I just was trying to get the word out about our thing.
You might be reprimanded.
But I joined another podcast.
Is that an HR thing?
Gaslighting.
For sure.
I don't regret using the copyright phrase now.
Anyway, I joined another podcast called It's on My List, and it's a guy hosts it that I grew up with a long time ago. We've known each other for like 30 years. And so his podcast was all about like ranking things and like putting stuff into lists. And so I was like, dude, let's do a buffalo wing flavor episode. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So we went on there. You can go search Apple Podcasts, Spotify, find that episode. But I thought it would be great to do that here with us because we're a chicken wing episode, and like let's talk about our top 5 favorite wing flavors. So Rob's are all going to be mild, so we know that with one garlic parmesan in
Extra mild.
Yeah,
extra
you know me
mild.
so well.
We're
Salt.
salt, not pepper, just salt. But yeah, I think it'd be fun. So here's my question: we all have our top 5. Do we want to draft our top 5, or do we just want to discuss?
I think
our
we
top
probably
5?
just discuss our
Yeah,
top
drafting's
5.
gonna be tough. Cause,
Okay,
Yeah.
I think we're
because we'd all steal from Rob.
Yeah,
We'd be like,
everybody would.
David's
kinda,
gonna take mild, I'll take garlic parm, and then you're gonna be like,
I don't
plain.
know any other flavor.
Yeah.
extra mild.
All right, so why don't we start with West Virginia, Chris? You've been around. Your job takes you all over the Southeast, and you have some wings from different places. Have you? Maybe this isn't part of your top 5, but have you had any like unique flavors, or do you tend to normally stick to like the buffalo medium kind of flavors?
I mean, I've had a pineapple habanero wing before that was pretty decent.
Okay.
But ironically, I'm just kind of really old school, and medium is always my go-to. I think
There's
it's just
nothing wrong with
because
that.
I want that traditional buffalo wing flavor. And so medium has always been my go-to. And I can promise you this, every once in a blue moon, I'll get a hankering for hot, but I'll pay for it the next day. So I stick to medium. That's my go-to.
Yeah, David, have you had any wild flavors?
Not crazy, no.
Yeah,
Not any crazy ones.
pineapple habanero.
I mean, I've done like chili mango and
Yeah.
chili habanero, or not a mango habanero, stuff like that, but
Yeah,
nothing.
We
real
were all
crazy.
there for that.
Rob, what about you?
No wild and crazy flavors. I've got a very specific top 5 that I put into place, and I even went even more focused. And I'll tell you exactly where these flavors are. Like,
Okay.
it has to be a specific place. Too.
Oh, yeah.
It can't just be
I know one of them.
any old garlic parm.
Yeah. Corey, you're also kind of travel a lot with your job. How about you? Have you had any different flavors that we wouldn't expect?
No, nothing that's like out of the ordinary. I mean, y'all know me. I'm pretty traditional with the heat. I mean, I love mango hob. It's actually probably top 3 for me at most wing spots that will have it. As long as the sauce is mixed well and the chicken is cooked correctly. I do love medium. I generally go hotter first, so I'll do like traditional hot, a mango hob if they have it. But I love a lemon pepper too.
Oh yeah.
Cannot go wrong with lemon pepper.
Yeah, I think for me, I think last season was probably the most diverse that I've had. Like from
Me too.
Thai curry to jam and jalapeno, like all those things.
Yeah.
Like that's just those were wild.
They were.
It's Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild
I
Wings,
still can't believe jam and jalapeno was so good.
and it lost in the finals because it
I
was,
made it my list, so
Did it?
yeah, I did.
Nice.
So you guys
It's consistent.
did the
It's
buffalo.
consistent. It's consistent in all the Buffalo Wild Wings too. I had some up in South Carolina a while back, a couple of months ago, and they were just as good as they were last season.
I more so maybe probably not, but maybe more so than me liking a wet wing. I like a consistent wing.
wing.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is wow. That's a great point. So I mean, y'all did the Buffalo Wild Wings, every single flavor, and I
You were
poked
here
my
for some
head
of
in
those.
a couple of those.
Yeah.
I guess I need to know, like, so we've tried. I mean, you tried just about every one like that you could think of a sauce to put on a chicken wing.
Yeah.
So now we've kind of established, like, all right, we know what your number 1 is, and we almost learned that during the Buffalo Wild Wings challenge, like during the March Madness series, right? What's number 2? Like, like for me, if I went somewhere and said, all right, well, I want to try something a little bit different than medium, what's my next go-to? So for me, I think like every once in a while, I will go to like Buffalo Wild Wings and I'll say, give me 6 medium and 6 teriyaki, or however that works. You know, the numbers.
Yep.
So I think honestly, my number 2, ironically, is probably teriyaki. Like I like a good teriyaki wing.
That's my number 5. Specifically, Zaxby's teriyaki wings made the top 5 for me. And you're right. You want to switch something up. You want a different flavor. A good teriyaki will do it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Garlic parm is my number 2.
Yeah.
Just about anywhere.
Yeah.
If it's done right, yeah. If I don't do a medium, buffalo,
That's my number 3.
garlic parm is
I'm
where
with
it's at.
Rob.
Speaking of, I had like a life-changing garlic parmesan experience this weekend.
Oh, tell us more.
And
Do tell.
we were up in Chattanooga, and across from the hotel was a mellow mushroom, but it was like a special mellow mushroom. They had
It's
hamburgers.
a very cool building.
They had just like I guess they were a flagship, or they tried different things, but they had these things called Cloud9 wings. It was the best garlic parmesan sauce I have ever had, but then they also dumped like half a can of Parmesan cheese on top of it, so it almost coated the wing in it. Oh, so good.
Well, and it's a pizza place, so you could always get more garlic parm and
Exactly.
or more Parmesan
but,
and
you
like
know,
dump it.
I'm a freak for Parmesan, just
Yeah.
the fact that it came out with it mounted on top. But
Rob's like, can I just have a spoon? And I'll just eat
the
Parmesan
fact
cheese.
that I love garlic Parmesan so much, and this one immediately is probably the best I've ever had. Top 3.
That's amazing to
Yeah.
be like this weekend.
Yeah,
And
right?
you're like, oh,
I have to talk
Top
about
3.
this.
yeah.
I'm glad you didn't bring me one.
Sorry, there weren't any left.
So I just looked this up, and I mean, I remember it because I remember seeing it. I just could not remember exactly what it said on the front of the building. And instead of like mellow mushroom, which is typically what all of them say, this one said like shroom
Yep.
Yeah.
pizza.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess the menu may have been a little different from traditional ones. I don't know.
Yeah, and they said that there were just a couple that were like that. There were a couple that tried different menu items. Like I said, this one was doing a test on burgers. So,
Yeah.
never seen burgers at a mellow mushroom, but they had all the regular pizza that you would anticipate.
I think for me, when I'm not doing buffalo, I'll go lemon pepper. That's kind of my next go-to. It's what I make at home. And I prefer the lemon pepper wet because I like a wet wing. But my wife prefers lemon pepper dry. And so we have to compromise and get lemon pepper dry. And so,
Oh, but I've had your lemon pepper wet, and they're fabulous.
yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. David, what about you? Oh, wait, Corey. Corey's up next.
Oh, I would say hot is my number 2. I would say mango hob is a pretty consistent number 1. Depending on which restaurant, but I'd say just a traditional hot is always a good number 2 go-to for me. Because most I mean it's really hard, like medium to hot, it's really hard to screw those flavors up,
Sure.
and we like consistent wings.
We do like consistent wings. Rob, you're talking about mellow mushroom. Got me thinking just now. Peace, Love, and Pizza
Yeah.
has
Yes.
a buffalo lemon pepper wing. They put the buffalo, and first of all, their wings are roasted, which is
Even better,
even better, different. But their buffalo sauce, they mix it with lemon pepper and then like throw everything in there, which I do at home a lot of times. Like I'll have like the buffalo sauce and then I'll throw lemon pepper in there and make my own buffalo lemon pepper.
That sounds delicious.
It's fantastic.
tangy.
It's so
Amazing.
good. It's so good.
That's weird, but I was actually coming up on number 3 for me, and I honestly like if ever you take a barbecue and are able to make it a hot barbecue.
Ooh, yeah.
Gosh, that's really good too.
I think the combination flavors are like, they seem like that's like the next movement
Yep.
in buffalo wings. Is like, we had medium, we had lemon pepper. Oh, let's put those together.
Medium lemon pepper.
Like we've got barbecue, we've got hot. Let's put them together. Like it just seems like that's kind of the next thing that
My
Buffalo
number
wings
one,
are
my
happening.
very favorite. It's Honey Mild.
Honey mild.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Like, you just
Dude, those
can't.
honey-
It is so good.
those honey mild are fantastic.
Yeah, that was a really good wing.
Honey
From the
hot is
Super Bowl.
better than honey mild.
I was
haven't
gonna say
I
honey
want to try
hot.
the honey hot.
Oh.
I want to try that.
Honey
You,
hot's
you
legit.
got to get the honey hot.
I used to go to this place back in a prior life of mine and play pool a lot. And we got them to do a spicy lemonaki. And I
remember
think
you
I've
telling
shared
us.
that on this
Yeah.
show before, but God, it was really good. I mean, it was like 3 flavors in one,
Yeah.
but it was delicious.
That's what we need. We need like a restaurant, somebody just throwing it out there. Let's just get a restaurant that you just pick your own wing flavor. And
Yeah.
like you walk up and be like, I want 10 wings and like
Mix these
these
together.
flavors together for me. And
Do you want them deep fried? Do you want them oven roasted? Do you want them
Smoked.
smoked? Whatever. You know,
yeah,
That's a great
it's a
idea.
brilliant idea.
thank you. Appreciate that. We'll call it wings and things.
Or I like wing it. Just call it wing it.
Well, there's wing it on. I think that's a little,
It's different.
it's different, but
One
it's
word
very
different.
close. Very close.
I like it, Howard. If you just said just wing it, like, I mean, you walk up there and the waitress is taking your order and you're like, you know what, just wing it.
And they just
Just
throw
wing it.
together what they
Just
want.
throw it
They
together
pick
and you're
for
like,
you.
wow.
Yeah. Rob would
man.
never do that.
I don't know. I might. I might.
Rob's like, can you just wing it with garlic parm and mild?
And bring me a roll of paper towels.
Yeah.
That would be wild to get like chef's choice wings.
That'd be
not
awesome.
know what they are,
So good. Mystery wings.
which is basically
Yeah.
season 3 of Wings and Things.
Yeah. Well, hey, great segue.
For you guys, it certainly is.
Any others that you wanna mention?
Well, I mean, he said garlic parm, which I believe that would be like my number 4. Like, garlic parm is consistent. It's another consistent. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's tough to mess up garlic and Parmesan. Like, there's no other.
They go together
You
really
know what
well.
I'm saying? And you can't really, like, I mean, if you got garlic and you got Parmesan and you throw it on a wing, it's kind of hard to mess that up.
It can be.
it-
I've seen it done.
It is. You can mess it up. Like if you get either one of those out of balance,
Out of balance,
for
that would be the only
then
way.
it's
Yeah.
it's a problem. But if they're balanced well, garlic and Parmesan go together. I mean,
Especially if it's that real creamy kind of sauce versus the oily kind of base. Ooh, yeah.
Yep. I mean, we've talked about lemon pepper. I'm more lemon pepper dry, but
yeah.
that's probably up in my top 5. And then my new jam and jalapeno.
That's
Had
good
to add
stuff,
that in
man.
there. It was so good.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else makes one, but
I don't disagree.
it was solid. I love that
fantastic.
flavor.
Yeah. It's so good.
I'm surprised that nobody really. I mean, I've mentioned barbecue, but there's so many variances of barbecue that you can do.
Yeah.
And I like. I mean, like I said, I like hot barbecue, but honey barbecue. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can do this whole barbecue thing, and even adding some kind of citrus behind it, like a pineapple barbecue or
Do
something.
some Alabama white. Come on.
Oh,
yeah.
That might
that's
be
good.
really delicious.
Yeah.
That's just like off the shelf Williamson Brothers, like in the glass jar. It's got some spice.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It's tangy. Like
That
it's got
pepper in
all
there.
those different levels.
Yeah.
The pepper.
What?
Calling the man out for his pepper.
No, I'm saying Alabama white sauce has pepper in it.
Table
Like,
pepper.
Just yeah. I back in the day, I don't know if they still do it. Maybe they do, but I used to go to Publix and get their Mardi Gras wings.
They do. They still
Those
do.
Mardi Gras wings.
They're
Those
delicious.
are fine.
Those are
Takes me
banging.
some.
Yeah.
Those are super good. I looked up the ingredients and it's got like salt, pepper, mustard,
It's all
rosemary.
over the
Like
place.
it's almost like a Caribbean jerk kind of
Yeah.
thing, but it's like it's a dry rub.
The only thing I don't like is the rosemary. I hate just picking that out of my teeth.
Yeah.
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 It's worth it though.
Man, that takes me back. We would do family nights with Mardi Gras wings, the potato salad, Southern style potato salad, and
You gotta get the baked potato salad.
I haven't had Publix's baked
delicious.
potato salad.
Baked potato salad.
A little bacon in there.
Wow.
It's really, really good.
Okay, I can get into that.
I don't care what you put bacon on. I mean, if I can figure out how to do chicken wings correctly with bacon wrapped, I mean, I'm down with that too.
Hooters used to be able to do it really
Oh,
well.
they did those
Daytona wings,
That's
wrapped in
right.
bacon.
I wonder if you can do like a bacon jam chicken wing.
Oh my gosh.
You can. You
Sign
can do
me up.
anything.
Oh, well, I know, but I'm saying like I wonder if like
If you believe in yourself.
you put the jam on the chicken wing, like
Spicy bacon jam.
Crystal.
all right,
Wicked
man,
wings. That might be a Saturday special.
let's do it. We should go if they do it. We should go, and like we'll be the first ones to taste test it
Absolutely.
on the podcast live.
Crystal, you have my phone number now. Let us know.
Are they going to listen to this?
Absolutely. I told her I would call her when it was released.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
we're-
there you go.
We need it. It
We're
needs to
in.
be wings and things, bacon jam wings.
Yes.
on the menu.
Oh my gosh!
With a QR code that goes to
Yes.
this episode of the podcast. Everybody can scan the code.
You're welcome.
Is it- Synergy. This is fantastic.
Brought to you by.
Yeah. All right. So anybody else got any flavors in their top 5?
It's not in my top 5, but Buffalo Ranch. I love Buffalo Ranch.
Yeah.
It is. It's a great combination. I mean, clearly. it's
Well,
how
you
get
already
it.
do that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
when they
like
mix
baking
it
it
together,
Right.
on the actual wing itself without
Exactly.
dipping. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Like a just general like smoked dry buffalo rub is in my top 5.
We used to go to this place that did ranch wings, but it was like the ranch seasoning
ranch.
packet.
Dry
yeah,
ranch,
that you would
yeah.
get. Oh yeah, those were good too.
Oh yeah. It's
You
like
don't need ranch dipping sauce.
It's like when
for
you're
that. It's
done
already
eating
there.
Doritos and you get all the powder like stuck on your fingers.
yeah.
but
So
just
now we
add
need
a
to do
little bit of
Dorito wings.
Oh, we could. We absolutely could.
Didn't somebody do? I felt like somebody
Taco
did.
Bell probably did it.
Pretty
Dorito
sure
wings.
somebody did.
I don't know.
I used to go to this place in Huntsville, Alabama, and on Monday nights they had something called Muscle Shoals Mondays. So it was basically you would pay a certain price for all you can eat chicken wings,
Let's go.
and the sauces that you can dip them. They were smoked wings. But you mentioned Alabama white sauce. It either you can order Alabama white sauce or ranch, and that was your pretty much your choices.
No blue cheese.
No blue cheese.
I'm out.
Well, they probably had it, but I didn't ever
Okay.
ask. I don't
I
like
got a
blue
place we
cheese.
can stay there.
But Alabama white sauce on a smoked chicken wing, and
Yeah.
then they would have live music every Monday nights, and it would be somebody from like Muscle Shoals area.
Nice.
So they got this different kind of country twang, you know?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I used to go in there and make myself sick eating chicken wings. I'm like, 6 more, 6 more, 6 more.
Keep them coming.
Yeah,
Keep 'em
keep 'em
coming. This is all you-
coming.
I am not done eating.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. There's this place. You know those places like Pigeon Forge or like Panama City. There's like really kitschy, like touristy shops and stuff like
Oh,
that. There's one of those up at the outlet mall a few miles from here from us.
Yep.
It's called the Pepper Palace.
Been there.
Oh no, I didn't realize.
Oh, you
this.
didn't?
No.
Well,
Didn't I buy you
why
some-
would you
oh,
ever
yeah.
go in the Pepper Palace?
Did I buy you some sauce from there?
Yeah, had you pick me
Yeah.
up some sauce
Yep.
from there? Yeah,
That place is insane.
it's-
You can go like you can get lost in there.
it's fantastic. There's all sorts
sauce
of
everywhere.
hot sauces and salsas and buffalo sauce and like all this kind of stuff. But they make this smokehouse buffalo sauce. That's what I had
That's
you
what
get
I
me.
got, yeah.
And it's buffalo sauce, but they got some kind of smoke in there. They infuse oak or hickory or something or other in there, and it might be just be liquid smoke, but it's
Whatever.
You taste the smoke in it, and it's so good.
Just so good.
It's so good.
So
A little too hot for you though, Rob.
Speaking of that, like,
Being honest.
so I was thinking about this too, and obviously we've talked about like smoked wings, we've talked about fried wings, we've talked about roasted wings, we've talked about baked wings. There's a place that I used to go in Florida every once in a blue moon called Island Wing Company, and they're pretty good too. But everything on their menu is baked. So I think that when we were talking about sauces, I was like, all right, well, there's clearly a ton of different sauces out there, and there's a ton of different spice levels and everything else. But I think for me, like a good fried chicken wing, I don't know why, but it seems to hold that sauce a lot better than anything else. So when I think of like you were talking about dry rubs, if I was going to do a dry
Gotta
rub,
be roasted.
it's got to be roasted or smoked
for sure.
And there's there's different cooking techniques
Yep.
based on what sauce that you want or flavor profile you want to go with that.
I would even go as far as what about just no sauce, but just fried chicken, just a fried chicken wing. Like,
I mean, I guess
oh.
you would have to batter that and still
Yeah,
put
that's what
some
I'm talking
kind of
about.
spice
Like,
in
yeah,
it.
battered and deep fried, and maybe put a little honey on that. And, yeah.
Come
Doesn't
on now.
Publix do that? I mean, they have like a regular plain.
Yeah, regular fried
Fried
chicken.
wing.
Yep, it's double breaded.
Yeah.
I know too
Popeyes
much.
does it.
Yeah,
I may or may not have
Publix expert.
done that once or twice.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Any stragglers that are running around in your brain?
No. I know we had mentioned it. I do wish Hooters would bring back that bacon wrap Daytona wing.
Do better,
Yeah, I
Hooters.
think they got to do better for that first. I will second Corey's what was it? Chili habanero or mango habanero?
Mango hob.
Yeah. When it's done right, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right,
Rob,
boys.
Rob wouldn't like that though.
I would not. No, thank you.
Good episode 1.
I love
We
it.
did it.
We're back.
We're back officially. So
Awesome.
Now we got to keep going.
Mystery wings.
Mystery wings. Thanks to Wicked Wings for supplying our wings tonight.
Yes.
Be proud
Very,
of your score.
very
My
That's right.
goodness.
That's a great score.
Wing. Great wing.
Even after sitting for a while.
For sure.
That's a fantastic
I don't
score.
even want to know what it would have scored if
Fresh.
They were fresh.
I mean, little crispy outside, and that, I mean,
Oh,
That
man.
would've
That'd
definitely been
probably
closer
been
to
over
a
50.
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
10 all across the board on
Yeah.
that one.
That's great.
So
Great-
I thought of
great
it, and
wing,
I
though.
was thinking about this on the way here too. I was like, all right, well, I've got two pretty. I mean, tonight's wings were great, the Wicked Wings, and then our next episode, I've already kind of picked out two, and I was like, man, I've got two bangers back to back. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, all right, well, what if we did instead of that, like, one that I not necessarily know is going to score low, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, this week we're going to have one that's solid, and I believe that it's going to score really well. But the next episode, we might throw in one that
You
Don't
wanna,
tell us.
You
You know
want
what
to take
I'm
us on the
saying?
roller
So
coaster.
I want
Don't-
to kind of
yeah.
do that roller
Yeah.
coaster ride.
Don't
But
tell
then
us.
again, I was like, because all of them, I mean, I like chicken wings, so hopefully all of them are good. But
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just want to
think
find the
that
best
we'll come
ones.
across
Yeah.
one that's just
Yeah.
going to be like,
And I think that's the beauty of the
the
blind is we won't have any preconceived
Correct.
notions like, oh, I've driven by that place or blah.
Yeah.
Like we're just
Or yeah,
judging
like
the
you say,
wings in
every
front
time
of
I
us.
drive by, there's nobody in the parking lot,
Yeah.
or whatever the case is. You know,
So
like,
Yeah.
I like this. Yeah, try to throw us for a loop.
I like it. Wizard of Wires, Corey, any final thoughts?
I am excited that y'all wanted me with you on this next season.
Well, we need somebody to push the buttons and
Well, you're not
do the
technically with
things.
us either.
That's true. We
I'm
are
in a-
all
I'm
in the
just in
same
a
room, and
different
you're in a
room.
different room.
I'm just in a different room. I'm eating the same wings. No, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited that season 3 is fully underway. I'm excited to see what it brings and be surprised each week.
Yeah, can't wait. Associate to the producer, David. Any final thoughts?
We back.
We back.
And football's still over.
Football is still over. Baseball is
Baseball's coming.
getting
coming.
getting here.
Coming quickly.
Yeah. West Virginia, Chris. Any final thoughts?
not really on chicken wings, but I obviously I wear West Virginia apparel almost every.
Yes, you do.
Very on brand.
I actually have it on right now. But today I was shoe shopping with my daughter, and a lady asked me about West Virginia, and I said, "Oh yeah, it's a great state." She wanted to retire there, and I'm like, "Well, I hope you like shoveling snow." But other than that, perfect spot to retire. Go ahead, lady. So that's my final thoughts: is if you want to retire, West Virginia's a great place.
As long as you enjoy shoveling snow.
Yeah, better
Exactly.
snow than coal, right?
Well, my dad's got a snowblower, and he's never used it. He bought it in anticipation of using it and hasn't. So he's like, it's not snowed enough for me not to shovel it. I was like, all right, well, there you go.
There you go. Producer Rob, final thoughts.
I love chicken wings.
Yes. Say less.
Right.
That's
Looking forward to some big things towards the end of this season.
Big facts.
It's going to be good. All right. For producer Rob, for associate to the producer David, for West Virginia Chris, for the Wizard of Wires Corey, I'm Eric. I'll see you next time.
Peace and love.
See ya.
See ya. This episode was hosted by Eric and produced by producer Rob, with input from me, West Virginia Chris, and associate to the producer David. This episode was also recorded and edited by Wizard of Wires Corey at Grove House Studios, with music written and performed by Davis and LeBeau. Connect with us on Instagram at Wings Things Pod and watch full episodes on YouTube by searching for Wings and Things Pod. Don't forget to call our Wing Chaser hotline at 770-580-3758 to tell us about your favorite wings. Until next episode, stay saucy, wing lovers, and always remember every day is a good day for a chicken wing.